Hi guys. Several years back I picked up some Doctor Who sonic screwdrivers in charity shops, different charity shops, not all at the same time, but I seem to have collected, I think I had 4 of them, and I think my grandson has had one of them, which I think was the number 10. And there seems some debate over these ones as to whether they're number 11 or number 12. And that one is supposed to be a number 12, I think. And some of the comments said they continued using the number 11 with number 12 until they modified it. Yeah, okay, wonderful. Anyway, had a comment today from Rice Nice Man 548. The question is, can I try and take apart the number 12? Now, I'll assume by number 12 he means this blue one. And I haven't taken this one apart as far as I know. I know I've taken it apart far enough to get the batteries out. Oh, hang on, this way up, I think. Okay, green one way, blue the other. And if you play around a bit, you get different sounds. No idea if the wireless microphone's picking up those, but we had 4 different sounds. To get it apart to do the batteries, the bottom twists off. It's got a bayonet fitting, if I can twist it the right way. Oh, there we are. So then you have to unscrew these, and then you can replace the batteries in there. And these conveniently have got holes underneath them, so you can push the batteries out if they've actually expanded, as they often do when they go crystalline and dead. And you have trouble getting the batteries out of these. I get regular questions about getting the batteries out of these. Oh, interesting enough, this is 2 different versions of the same one. That's the battery pack on that one. This one, I can't remember. I think it comes apart. Well, we won't worry about it just now, but... Oh, there we go. It twists. Does it? Oh, no, never mind. Getting sidetracked. Sorry. This is the one I think we're talking about. And he thinks he's got broken wires or something inside, so he wants to get inside and try and fix it. So how do we get it apart? Right. Looking along here, we have a seam along here. This bit here doesn't have any seams in it. That bit doesn't have any seams in it. So whatever's held together there is held together by these being on the outside of it. Then we got some screws here and a screw there. So we could try taking them apart. This bit, if it does all have to come apart, I've worked out that I can lever that off. So with that out of the way, these bits will be able to come apart that way. Screwdriver, okay. Looks like an ordinary Phillips for some of them. That's the battery box, so if we just undo that so we can look at the batteries. Okay, there's our batteries, looking a little bit crusty. And as I say, there's holes on the back there, so you can actually push them out. On this one, I think it is, you have a real problem if they've gone crusty. Because you can't get behind them easily to push them out. So I've suggested putting a bent paper clip in around the back of it and then pulling them out. Because what happens when they go crusty, they expand a bit and they don't come out easily. Sidetracked again. Right, nothing in there to play around with, so we don't need to worry about taking that bit apart. This one, we can see the batteries. What happens if I undo that? Will that bit come apart? Because if it's glued together, then we're, well, I was going to say we're stuffed. We're not entirely stuffed. You can work on it gently, and if you're lucky, it'll come apart. Not that one. Not that one. One in the middle. Oh, right. I don't seem to have one in the middle. Bit of overkill here. But at least I can get hold of it and undo it. I vaguely remember undoing this before. Okay, so we got that one out for what it's worth. Okay, that appears to have done the job there. It looks like it goes underneath there. Okay, it looks like we have got to take that bit off as well. That was a bit of a tease, wasn't it? Thought we were in there straight away. I reckon this bit's going to slide that way and release it all. And having the right size screwdriver would have made life easier. Drew Spicer does a lot of Doctor Who stuff. I used to link to his channel in the videos that I did. He does the cosplay stuff as well and has built his own TARDIS. He must be getting much older nowadays. Life passes by. Certainly in the length of time I've been doing videos. About 10 years on YouTube. Is that going to... Yeah, there we go. That's going to come out that way. What's going to happen now? Oh, right. Pull it out that way and then we can open it up there. We have a speaker. We have a circuit board. There's the slide-in switch that makes contact to the different contacts on the circuit board. I can't actually see if that circuit board's got anything on it as far as making the sounds. I think if we want to go further, I'm guessing that we probably got to poke these out. Poke through there with something. so that that will come off, which will release that. Right, let's see if we can get this to sit back down again. Yeah, you can see that whole unit will come out. Ah, right, I can see there's screws in there now. So if we gently move that out of the way, there's 2 screws there. That'll mean we probably don't need to get those out. Probably, possibly, maybe. Come on out. No, that's not going to come off. Not going to come off easily. I reckon might be able to just punch those ones through. That might release it. I'll get a little metal drift and see if we can punch them through. A bit of scrap wood with a hole in it. A bicycle spoke. Need a hole in a different position. If we're going to try and tap that through, so what I'm looking to do is tap through there and try and drive out that metal bush. But we'll probably end up breaking the I suppose it will just come apart with a bit of nah, it's not going to come apart that easily. So I've either got to tap those ones through or that one. You can see the circuit board in there. That'll be the sound effects on that black blob. I'm looking at this, I might have to knock them all through. Oh, that's annoying. I have to drill some holes in here to allow that to drop through. Right, I've judged those by eye, may need to enlarge them a little bit. But that's just to support it when we try and tap through from above. Okay, that one started going through. Right, that one's come out quite easily once I got it going. Looks like I only needed one hole. Okay, that's one side. Tuck that back in there. I think you've got to be pretty desperate if you want to do all this. Tuck those up out the way before we lose them. Oh, missed there, that's made a mess of it. Right, now we're moving. Okay. And that one. Right, so we've released that. What's going to happen now? Is that going to... Yes, that is going to come out. There we are. There we go. Right, so we got 5 LEDs. It's coming a bit closer. 5 LEDs. If we just get that in just the right angle, we can sort of see what we've got. So there we go, we're in. So we possibly didn't need to undo those two if we just wanted to get this bit out. Oh yeah, we did need to undo those because we need to get those screws that were up under there, didn't we? Those two. Yeah, all right. Well, there you are. I don't think there's any point in trying to disassemble that part of it. But we can see these are, I'd call them perspex. So the LEDs shine into the end of them and it lights up all the way along. Yeah, all right. Well, I'm not going to go any further than that. We've already looked in there, haven't we? Pull that back out again. Yeah. So there you go. That's your switch that has the different positions, forwards and backwards. That's your speaker. And that's your circuit board with your 5 LEDs and several resistors. And on the back of it, there's a black blob that will actually do all the controls and the sound effects. Now I shall see if I can get it back together. You don't need to watch that. That was a bit of bicycle spoke. That is a hammer. That's a piece of wood that I drilled some holes in the end, but as you can see, I've made a bit of a mess where I've been bashing into them anyway. But I think we only needed one hole. I drilled 2 holes to try and line up with those 2 holes, but I think 1 hole would have been good enough. And just for reference, there is a key at the top there to make sure you get this the right way round, so they line up with the plastic perspex for the LEDs to light them up. While we've got it apart, we'll just demonstrate that we can actually push through those holes to get these batteries out, because these are a bit crusty. Very crusty. Well, a little bit more. I just replaced the batteries and it didn't work. And I can see I got a black wire is loose there, so that's come off the back of the circuit board. So I'm going to have to take it apart again to get to that circuit board and replace that black wire. I didn't need to take it right apart again because I could actually see the terminal that it come off is just in there. Probably can't see it here. There we are. You can see the black wire is now terminated just there. So it had fallen off while I was doing all the moving around and showing you the different bits and pieces. But it's soldered back on now. So if I press the button, yeah, it's working. Right. All back together. That was a bit of a pain. There was nothing wrong with it originally. Taking it apart, we actually broke a wire, but we've soldered it back. So we're okay. Yeah, okay. Well, basically, just a quick recap. We did need to undo all 3 of these. I don't have the right size hex screw for that, so I had to improvise. And we also had to poke these 4 pegs through so that we could get that end off. There was also 2 screws inside that we needed to get to. And the wires inside are a bit short, so when you play around with it, they break, as we now know. Still, hope that answers the question. That's how you get it apart. Oh, and that gold ring there, you have to slide off that way so that you can get the bits apart. That'll do. Hey, thanks for watching. There's plenty of videos on my main channel with more added daily, so don't forget to subscribe and enable the notifications to keep you up to date with my new releases. You can help keep my channel running by donating $1 on Patreon to buy me coffee. You can always find more information in the video description. Thanks again for watching.